$80 in a savings account earning 5% interest compounded annually. To the nearest cent, how much will he have in 2 years? And the hint given to us at the end of the question has mentioned the formula that we're supposed to use. So B equals to P multiplied by 1 plus R to the power T, where B is the balance or the final amount, P is the principal amount, R is the interest rate expressed as a decimal, and T is the time in years. Now before I can move on to solving this question, I think it's important to reinforce what compounded annually really means. I've explained what it means in an earlier video of the same assessment, but it never hurts to reinforce the concept. So let's revise what compounded annually really means. When we say that the interest is compounded, what that means is that it's added on to the principal, and for the following year the principal is going to be the amount that we had in our account and the interest that we earned on it. So let's take Hector's example. Let's just say that Hector, during his first year, deposited $80 in a savings account and he earned an interest of 10% per annum, which is $8 per year. Now if his interest is compounded annually for the following year, what's going to happen is his principal is not going to be 80 anymore. It's going to be 80 plus the $8 that he has earned as interest. So his new principal is going to be $88, and subsequently his interest for that year is going to be 10% of this principal. And the same follows for the third year and the fourth year and the fifth year, and for as long as he wants to keep his money in the account. So if, for example, he wants to keep his money in his account, in his savings account, for the third year, his principal then is going to be $88 plus the $8.8 that he's going to make as interest, given that the interest rate is 10%, which is, if I add 88 to 8, what I get is 96 and 96.8. So he started off with $80, but by the end of the second year, he has $96.8 as his principal, and this is what compounded annually really means. So your principal keeps growing. Now let's get back to the question and see how to solve this. So I'm writing down the formula again, and we're now going to plug in all the values that are given to us. So the principal that is given to us is $80. I copy down 1, and the interest rate, which is denoted by this R, is 5%, which means if I convert it into a decimal, what I get is 0.05. So I add both of these together, and the time that is given to us is 2, so to the power 2, and if I add both of these, what I get is 1.05 squared. And let's just plug this into our calculator and see what we get. Multiplied by 80 equals 88.2. So this is the amount of money that he will have in his account at the end of the second year. But this is not the final answer, because the question is asking us to give the answer to the nearest cent. This is not to the nearest cent. So if I round it off, what we get is $88. And this is our final answer.